And bam, bam, bam. What is up? I don't know what I just did. All right, it's not showing my backup for some reason. Wow, that's cool. Background aren't visible in solo layouts. Crop solo layouts to show backgrounds. Cool. Bang. And what is up? And welcome back to Nando Talk on the Miami Sports Podcast Network. That was a little bit of a gypped up intro, but what is up? And welcome back. We've got the little American bandana for the World Cup because it turns out my America shirt is way too tiny. It's a size small, many pounds ago, many Nando sizes ago. But what is up? Thank you for tuning in, everybody. It is the start of the World Cup. The Dolphins are still on top of the world. We're 7-3. And what a time to be alive. Fins up. Thank you for everybody for tuning in right now. Kyle, you were the first one. What a legend. Appreciate you right now. Thank you. Yes, my father called me a little bit beforehand. Give me a little surprise pop visit. We talked a little bit of soccer for a little bit. Football, as we Peruvians call it, but it's been a good time, a grand time. I see my internet's a little shaky, so let me know if my sound is coming in clean. Let me know if my audio is looking nice and pretty for you all. And there's my beer. What a day it has been. I've been watching soccer since 8 in the morning, on and off. Soccer, class, soccer, class. Boom. Good to go. What a day. I'm reading on the chat right now. Ties is one of the reasons soccer sucks. Football is king. It was very terrible sighting to see the USA tie 1-1 against Wales. I agree. Ties are always a little tough, but you can't foul like that, man. Gareth Bale got a deserved penalty, and he's top class, bro. He's one of the best players. I mean, he's clearly the best Welsh player in a long time, and he's one of the best players in the world, man. Gareth Bale. Unfortunately for the USA, we did not secure a victory in our first game of the World Cup. It is not the toughest of divisions, though, as we saw. England beat Iran 6-2 in an absolute rout. Okay, from the very get-go, England was clearly outclassing them. To be fair, Iran did lose their starting goalkeeper due to a little bit of a collision to the head, busted up his nose real bad, left him looking real wobbly, man. Honestly, it was pretty scary, guys. I haven't seen a head collision like that, like honestly, like player on the ground since like the Tua thing. Like it was crazy, guys. I'm gonna talk a little bit of soccer and then we'll switch off to the Dolphins stuff right now. But hey, I think if the US can go and put up a lot of goals on Iran, if they can at least tie, hopefully win, obviously, against England, it'll be massive. I think if we win and we smack around Iran, I mean, we obviously automatically qualify to the next round, guys, but it's going to be a big game on Friday. England versus USA. Definitely check that out. Even if you don't like soccer too much, the World Cup is, I think, just a whole different beast, a different experience. It's a tournament that comes once every 4 years, on par with the Olympics, but it's soccer centralized. The passion, the emotions, it's all for one thing. Being able to represent your country and your team on that big of a scale is unmatched, unrivaled, unparalleled. And I truly don't think anything compares to it, guys. The Olympics are awesome. And that's that same sense of energy and emotion of you like going for your team. But it's not soccer's just a beautiful game, bro. Jogo bonito, and it's a fun time. Mr. Duke, how's it going right now? We are still a trash team. We've definitely got to improve, man. I liked what I saw from Timothy Way, man, scoring that little goal. Christian Pulisic just got to get a little tougher on the ball, but it's going to be a fun time. Everyone's doing good. I was just letting us rock in a little bit, get in a little bit situated. Remember to subscribe, like, share. Hey, that helps me get a little bit viewed more. It helps the team get seen more. Helps Steven grow, man. You know that man is putting in hours, work, the whole 9 yards. Let's help the guy out, man. There's a little share, a little donate, help the channel grow. It all goes for a great cause, guys. So we can get a better platform to continue to give back and just keep talking the good talk, man. Football. Yeah, MCJB. I can hit a goal for almost a minute, I think, despite the fact that I have asthma. In my prime, easily over a minute. I still think my little out of shape asthma self could still hit over a minute goal, but hey, it's a good to rock right now. TD on location. What is good, boss? Thank you for tuning in. Cap for life. What is good, man? I saw your text. Unfortunately, my phone is now up there as the webcam, so I cannot reply. But my friend, we'll continue our conversation after the show. Yeah, England beat Iran 6-2. It was an absolute stunning show, man. Like, it was looking really ugly. Thankfully, Iran didn't get blanketed and actually scored 2 goals late to alleviate a little bit of the pressure. And goal differential in soccer is massive. Yes, you get the 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 0 for a loss. But in a tournament where you're not playing that many teams in the group stages, it's only 3. Those goal differentials at the end, especially if there's a weaker team in the division, now it puts extra pressure on the U.S. and Wales to meet at least 3 goals, so they don't lag too far behind in those extra goals that England just got that boost in, man. So it's a little tough. Von Joe, I started off particularly with the soccer talk because I saw when we were talking on the Smoke Show that you were looking for a little football talk, a little World Cup chat, So here I am, giving and delivering, baby. We're good to rock right now. My pick to win the World Cup, I had chosen France or Argentina. Argentina for the storybook run. I want a little bit of a Messi to go down in the sunset. A historic player, truly unmatched talent. My God, it would be awesome to see him win a World Cup. Kind of the similar thing for Ronaldo in Portugal, except I'm not a Ronaldo guy. I'm more of a Messi guy. But if not, France had such a nice team, but unfortunately the injuries to Christian Nkunku, to Karim Benzema, that really weakens their offense and their midfield, man. It's a little shame. So I still gonna probably rock with them, but Brazil is a monster of a team as well. They have class oozing top to bottom, man. The defense, midfield, the offense is insanity, bro. When Neymar isn't even your best player, that's insane. Okay, I'm approving. Okay, so it sucks. U.S. is definitely in a sticky situation, man. The road to that, Von Joe, I got you, brother. The road for the U.S. to advance to the next stage is when we play Iran. We've got to hopefully hit them with a 3-4 goal win. And then against England, we got to win. Honestly, we got to win. Like, the more I think about it, a tie would be nice, but then you're expecting Wales to tie and score less than you against Iran. You simply can't trust that stuff, man. You got to, especially since we tied against Wales, we've got to beat England now. Hey, there's no other hope. Let's rock with it, man. I wish I had more beer. Damn it. Get yourself some Beta Sword, huh? Chef Jew, what is good, by the way? Thanks for tuning in right now. Dolphin JK. Ooh, what is up? Thanks for tuning in right now as well. Let's go Miami Dolphins. Let's go Nando. Let's soccer play, bruh. Yeah, we lost. No, we tied to Wales, okay? Wales does have a great team, okay, with a lot of European talent. Gareth Bale's a phenomenal player. And Ramsey, great midfielder as well. And I'm forgetting one other guy who's very good on that team. Oh, well, the name escapes me. I'm a football guy. Tied 1-1. It's tough. But hey, we're good to rock right now. That was a little bit of a soccer talk for the first 10 minutes. I hope we did enjoy it. I will go back to it if you guys would like to, but I am going to start talking about the great and glorious Miami Dolphins, as beautiful as that may be. So without further ado, allow me to just give a quick little rundown. Oh, wait, there's one more question. Gesicki will be Dolphins longer than Wilkins. That's an interesting question. I'm going to rumigate. I'm going to start thinking on that as I deliver this little night show announcement. I still have to help Steven fix that out and get my real logo in. Oops. But hey, so there's the Nando talk right here, what you're watching right now. Mondays at 7 p.m., 7 to 8, whatever it is. A little over an hour is what I'll always go right before that Monday night football game. I like to watch it and eat dinner. So we'll talk. We'll talk usually Miami Dolphins, a lot of Miami Dolphins. I am talking a little bit about World Cup today just because the USA played, and you got to show some pride, some patriotism, guys. And then tomorrow, though, we've got an epic fantasy football show with Eric, the commissioner, Lorenzo Ice-T on the Dirty South Fantasy Football Show. Check them out. They've got an awesome league amongst themselves, so there's always a pretty good banner. Some little nice banter between them. You got some nice waiver wire talk. You got to check that out before the waivers clear on Wednesday. A little IDP, dynasty, redraft, auction, whatever your needs is, they got it all. They'll help you beat your buddies or just beat the randoms you join in random leagues, guys. It's always a fun time. And you got the Finsaholic Show Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. with my man, the legend, Batman 2423. Got his own channel, so definitely check him out there as well. Batman's an awesome dude. If you're looking for some great debate, great talk, and just great all-around fun with great Dolphins fans, Batman knows how to run that very well. I get a little lost in those big rooms sometimes, but Batman handles it with masterclass, guys. So if you want to go see some good, lively debate or just a good, lively chat, man, definitely go check out Wednesday of Finsaholic Show. Thursday, it starts to spice it up. We get a twofer for the people. We get the Thursday night kickoff with my man Jason Sarney at 7 p.m. Miami Sports Hot Shots. My man Jason will start talking about the Thursday night action. He'll start previewing the football games starting on Thursday and then obviously throughout the weekend as well. Talk a little memorabilia talk too, some little sports cards and whatnot in the sort. My guy brings the positive energy and the vibe. So definitely check out Jason if you can. And then we've got Newness Nights on Thursday, 8 p.m. Great vibes from a great Spanish lady. You got to check it out. We got the 45 minutes of English, 15 minutes of Spanish recap. Best of both worlds, combining it, giving us an awesome perspective. Check out the Newness Nights for the amazing vibes, guys. The twofer for the people on Thursdays. Just an awesome idea for Steven, given just 2 shows. Why not love it? And you know why I'm a big fan of that? Because on Friday, I myself am a twofer for the people, along with my man CB83. We start off first, the Lunchtime Rewind, Friday at 2 p.m., where I recap sports along the week, mainly Dolphins, the Thursday night football game, little happenings and news and little tidbits I might have picked up throughout the week and that might interest me. So a lot of that will be soccer talk if you'd like to be interested in that as well. During this World Cup season, and then CB83, and then I'll obviously talk about the little Dolphins game leading up as we round up the show on Friday. And be sure to tell me what you're eating for lunch as well. I love to hear that stuff. CB83, though, the Fins take with CB83 Friday, 8:30 p.m. You want to talk about debate, you want to talk about getting feisty and fiery. My man CB83 brings the thunder, brings the smoke, whatever you want to call it. He's got it locked and loaded. So check that out for some energy to start off your weekend if you want to hear that. We've got a great team. Check us all out. And thanks for bearing with me as I got through this little announcement. Bada bing, bada bam. 14 comments to catch up to. We're good to go. All the usual suspects. Yes, if you are tuning in to Nando Talk, thank you for bearing with me. We got through a little bit of World Cup talk. We got a little bit through of an intro talk. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as we keep growing. And we're about to get to some Miami Dolphins talk. So thanks for bearing with me. We're good to go. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hello to everyone. I'm just reading the chats. All righty. Gesicki or Wilkins? I believe that is the talk. Honestly, I believe Christian Wilkins will get a lot of Pro Bowl talk, a little Pro Bowl noise this year. Finally showing that love that is well-deserved. And he's going to be up for that contract, and I want Wilkins to be re-signed. Now, Gesicki is a player who, obviously, the talent is there, and I say it all the time. Gesicki's don't grow on trees. 6'6", 250-pound monsters who run a 4.5. There's a reason we got him out of the second round out of Penn State. Now, why that reason is, I'm not sure, since we never used him to the correct point of his abilities. There seems to be those tastes, those little hints of what he can do, but do we unleash him? Do we turn him into this awesome red zone weapon? Do we turn him into this seam smashing machine going over the middle? No. We don't seem to have this consistent role. None of the regimes really have with Mike Gesicki, and it comes to a point where maybe the Dolphins just, we don't have a plan with him, I guess. I don't know. I guess every time that the past regime was like, here's the notes on the last team, it was just blank on Big Mike. So I'd love to see a little bit more from Gesicki, but it doesn't seem to be like, if I have to choose between Gesicki and Wilkins is the guy who inspires our defense. He's brings that soul, that energy, and I love that, man. Oh, it's just hurting my head, bro. I love that from Christian Wilkins, man. And it's vibes again. It's a terrible sports analytics term, but The vibes and the energy that Christian Wilkins come is unquantifiable. Okay. And if I've got to pay him the little millions to keep him there and keep this defense thundering and keep them nice and hype, let's do it, man. Obviously, this defense has its issues. So when I have a leader on it, I don't want to necessarily let him walk, especially a leader who is productive, who can be a game wrecker when he's hot and when his motor is on and running. Yeah, no. I'm talking Pro Bowl for my guy Christian Wilkins. Definitely not Mike G. Mike G is nowhere near Pro Bowl talks right now. I might have fumbled a little bit on that. The World Cup is going to be the death of me, guys. The games are 8 in the morning. Tomorrow the games start at 5. Okay, I'm gonna wake up for that Argentina game. It's gonna be tough. Okay, I'm not. Mike Gesicki is replaceable in the sense that we haven't used him. Okay, like we if you have a luxury sports car in your garage, that's cool, bro. But if you're not driving it, you're not driving it. Okay. Like I'll ask you, what are you actually driving? I'm driving my nice little Mercedes. It's a great car, bro. You're not driving your sports car though. So do you want to sell it? Do you want to move on for it? Do you want to just keep it in the garage? We can keep it in the garage, bro. We can keep paying for Mike Gesicki to just be this guy without a role. I hope that if we do pay him, from what I've seen from Mike McDaniels, from what I trust in this coaching staff, if we pay Mike Gesicki, I have to hope it's now we're going to unleash him next year. But are there signs that are showing me that Mike Gesicki is his perfect role in this offense? I don't believe so. How do I highlight names? I just clicked them. Or do you mean like to someone's personal name? I think on the computer it's really easy if you just click at and then write their name. It's pretty easy. No, I agree. I obviously want both, man. Like in an ideal world, I'm not letting any Dolphins walk right now. We have a team that's clicking. I hope Chris Greer can work some cat magic. It is going to be a little tough now. We paid Bradley Chubb. Now we do have these big guys coming up. I'm not a math guy. I'm pretty bad with handling the cap and doing all this little math in my head. So this will probably be wrong. But from my tiny brain, I believe we have about 5 million left. That sounds about right. Maybe less. So I know we're doing a little tough talks, little tough cuts. And if we're just this bubble world where I have to choose Wilkins or Gesicki, I'm gonna go with Wilkins, man. We got so many pieces on offense that it looks like they're just not really a viable role for Gesicki. And if we get a 3rd round pick on top of that from him walking, so be it. It's a shame. I think Gesicki's a very talented player. I think he's on the right offense. He can be phenomenal. But if we're not committed to letting that work, then we shouldn't be committed to paying him as well, unfortunately. Yeah, Baker's a little tough as well, man. There's definitely some dumb, interesting deals on our. Like, when I say dumb and interesting, there's some dumb contracts, but they can become interesting if Chris Greer, who's a much smarter man than I am, not that hard to do, honestly. I set the bar pretty low, but Chris Greer, if he can work some cat magic, oh baby, we're good to rock. That's a big if. And I honestly have not sat down and looked around which contracts can actually be reworked, which ones I'm just talking out of my butt. But if we can get, maybe rework Ogbar, Byron Jones, or obviously or might be in the market to trade Byron Jones, free up a little space there. Who knows, bro? That's where Nando talk. That's where you are wrong. Mike G is a Honda Accord. What the F would I drive that when I got Waddle and Hill, who are my Mercedes and BMW as my everyday driver? What the F am I? Hey, man, I don't know cars, bro. So maybe my car analogy wasn't the soundest. But if you truly believe that Gesicki is not that talented, regardless, it is, as long as we're kind of agreeing on the analogy, bro. If we're not driving the car, there's no point in paying for the car. If we're not driving Mike Gesicki, if we're not using him, and it's not a knock on Mike, it's not saying he's not talented, but just Tyreek and Waddle are just so good. Like, It sucks. It's the reason Cedric Wilson's not getting looks at either. He just doesn't fit on the offense somehow. Like it's tough. Dang, man. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like Mike Gesicki's got the ability, and I almost thought someone like the Packers were going to make a move for Mike Gesicki, just add a big body weapon for Aaron Rodgers, and they might still next year. It's not going to be this year anymore. Obviously, no trade deadline, but I was very surprised that nobody really sprang for him. Oh well. Well, so and I do agree on that end. That is kind of why we have Mike Gesicki. It is big insurance. We kept more tight ends than we did receivers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think at the start of the season, we kept 4 tight ends, 5 receivers. The initial point was to use Mike Gesicki as insurance, and that's fine for this year because he's on a cheaper deal. But we've got to pay him for a big deal. We're not just going to sign him to be a tight end one that we don't really target, can't really block, and just be insurance. Like he's talented, man. And if we can get him on a friendly deal, cool. Like, but because there are those intangibles, because there's that talent, I think he's gonna get paid, man. Yeah, that could be an interesting one, Dolphin and Don. If there wasn't too much of a trade market, I would be very interested in allowing Mike Gesicki to test the free agent market, see what he gets, then see if we can match. And if not, we just let him go, bro. Like I'm not too pressed. That's what I'm saying. Like if we didn't have Tyreek, it's gonna be suck. And hey, man, if he gets paid big, that's cool. Like I don't know what the top tight end gets paid, but I'm not paying him top 3 tight end money when he hasn't given me top 3 tight end production. Is there talent that he could do it? Sure. But what's the point of paying him and then the Dolphins just aren't going to use him still because we're going to have Waddle and Hill? Again, if the Dolphins do pay him, I'm all aboard, bro. Whoever the Dolphins sign, whatever moves they make after what we've been doing this season, you know me, I'm already bought in no matter what. But I'm double bought in, okay? I'm loving what we're seeing from this team, from the kind of immediate production we've seen from most of the people we've brought this year. McDaniel and Greer just seem to be hand in hand, step in step, just doing well, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Vaughn, like I'm saying originally in the beginning, I thought it was going to be in an insurance policy. Then when we didn't start using him at all, it was very interesting. Then when there wasn't even a knock for the trade, and who knows, maybe there was some little phone calls that they were like, okay, that's nothing. We're still not going to accept that. But from my knowledge, there was nothing, not even a whiff, not even a ring from Mike Gesicki. So it does beg the question how teams truly value him. So if we can let him hit the open market and bring him back for a cheaper deal, I'm all for it, baby. Like Mike Gesicki again, any player that the Miami Dolphins sign or re-sign, I trust their vision for the long-term future right now. We're ready to rock, baby. Like we're 7-3 right now. We just had this great bye week. Most of the games turned out in the Dolphins' favor. Granted, the Chiefs did not lose to the Chargers. Obviously, when we needed Justin Herbert to win the game, of course he choked. And we are still the number 2 seed in the AFC. But let me repeat that. The Miami Dolphins are still the number 2 seed in the AFC. So that's why we have the benefit of being able to discuss something like a Mike Gesicki or Wilkins move. We're top of the AFC East. Buffalo's defense looks to be struggling. The Jets have not had an offensive identity since Breece Hall went down. They are sinking hard and fast. And the Patriots aren't good. Like the Patriots Jet scheme was god awful. Okay. If it wasn't for that little punt return touchdown at the end, that could have been a 3-3 tie, guys. I'm not really scared of the AFC East as much anymore. They each have their clear flaws. Buffalo's defense is not as strong as they believed. It is a little banged up, of course, and that can improve. But they were getting torn up by the Browns. That was very interesting to see. I liked that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. A lot of games went in the favor of the Miami Dolphins this weekend, and we'll love to see that, man. Ooh. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. What are we thinking of, though, everyone? It's hard for me to get amped up right now for the Texans game, considering it's 6 days away and it is the Houston Texans. I'm not too concerned at all, really. The Texans are a team that I believe have promise and might be able to build for the future. but I don't really see them as anywhere close this year. Damon Pierce, nice, strong, violent runner. Brandon Cooks is Brandon Cooks. He's a decent, fast wide receiver too. Nico Collins is their wide receiver too. Nice little rookie. No, second-year player. I apologize for Nico Collins. He's been growing with Davis Mills. It's not really resulted in much, but that's what I'm saying. Like Nico Collins is a piece that next year, if they get a true wide receiver one, Nico Collins could be a nice complementary piece. I think Damon Pierce is a nice home run for them. Long neck Davis Mills, the jury's still out on him, I guess. Again, if he has had no real weapons or no real semblance of even a team. Okay, they threw him out there last year to start, just as, hey, we're throwing you out to the line, sink or swim, and he didn't sink. At least, I don't know if he's swimming, but he's doggy paddling right now, and you got to respect that. I'm not afraid of them as a team, though. The Miami Dolphins should clobber the Houston Texans. Like, if we were supposed to beat the Browns and we did get a big win on them, we love to see that. But I don't know if 22 points is enough of a victory for me against the Houston Texans. Like, I need 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Well, then I guess that's 22 points. So then, yeah, I just need a big 20, 28-point difference against the Houston Texans for me to know, okay, this team is nice, hot, and ready to go out of the bye week. Because if we stumble out of the bye, it's going to be a little tough. It's why I am happy it is against the Texans. If there's anyone I want us to, if there's anyone we can afford to stumble against and recover, it's going to be Houston. Because after that, we go through the meat grinder on that little away stretch. San Francisco 49ers, LA Chargers, Buffalo Bills. 3 away games versus 3 teams that want our head. Yeah, that's not a fun time, guys. So against the Texans, I'm not concerned because I believe that the Dolphins can come out hot, but it will be concerning if we are not a little hot because we need to be nice, ready to go and fire on all cylinders before we go away. I'm not paying just to keep people away at that point. We don't have the money to do that, my friend. Miami will be first in AFC remainder of season because Detroit will beat Buffalo Sunday and Minnesota will beat New England. Book it. No, yeah, Minnesota will definitely clobber the New England Patriots. That's not even a question. They just got embarrassed by the Cowboys game. Okay, I was literally at Bo Campers. I was at a bar and there's a little Cowboys fan, and when they switched off the Cowboys game, like the freaking TV switched it out and put on the Bengals game, this Cowboys fan lost his mind. He's like, how dare you switch my game? What the hell is going on here? He's a Cowboys fan wearing a little Dodgers hat. Classic douche. If you're listening, though, you were hilarious afterwards. But at the time, that's the impression I got. He was freaking out. And then when I explained to him, yo, man, it's not the bar's fault. They didn't take away your Cowboys game. The Vikings just suck right now. He laughed and he was like, "Oh, it's all good. Then we'll watch this little Bengals Steelers game while I close out." And he left. Minnesota got clowned. Okay, I don't think I've seen that ever. There's the team getting just thrown off the screen. That was bad. So hopefully they beat New England. Hopefully they beat the brakes out of them, man. And if Detroit beats Buffalo, not only does that literally lower the Buffalo Bills in the standings, but it only solidifies Miami's case that the Lions are a feisty team. And they're not as bad as everybody's talking crap about. And I'm all for it, baby. Yep. Plain and simple. We need a W. 1,000%. No team likes to come off slow off of the bye. We're not here to talk about rust again, guys. It's week 12. OM. Good teams are hot. Good teams are ready to go right now. We got to rest. We got a week of rest. We took the week off. That's fine. Now, come sharp, come ready, come prepared, hitting, ready to go. Batman. Thank you for tuning in right now. We are good, right? Ready to go, ready to rock. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Finn's Tailgate. This has got to be El Capitan. What's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in right now. We're good and talking a little Nando talk. My throat's a little too many goals screaming today. The World Cup will be the death of me, especially with this erratic sleep schedule I'm about to have. The 8 a.m., the 11 a.m., the 2 p.m., and now they're adding the 5 a.m. game starting tomorrow. That's going to be fun watching that Argentina game. But hey, thanks for tuning in right now. Definitely hit the like button if you're walking in. Pamela as well, thank you for hello. And hit the like as well. Everyone's telling you, you might as well. It costs nothing. We're here. We're doing good. I know I'm falling behind on the chat, but I should be catching up right now. I am. Don't try to be me. There you go. Lewis, what is up, boss? Hope we're doing good. Hey, man, I hope you're doing good as well. You know, we're here, we're talking. So, salute. I'm trying to switch the comments. Salute, Mr. Chris. We're good to go. El Cap in the building right now. Yeah, clearly we are done debating about this until you become more aware. Not, sorry, man. Yeah, we're good on, I think, the Mike Gesicki debate. Clearly there are some differences, and it's okay, guys. Is anyone actually worried about the Houston Texans? Now that I'm thinking more about this game, I like respecting teams in the NFL. You know, these are technically the best 32 teams of professional football in the world, but the Texans just don't have it, man. They just don't have a good defense. They have no pass rush. We got an okay secondary. Derek Stingley is a nice corner. But golly, gee, these cats are bad, man. Let me think of a score. Let me get a vision. Okay. The Miami Dolphins will finally break 40 points as we score 43-18. I have no clue how that 18 will happen, but it sounds pretty cool in my head. So I'll rock with it. 43-18, guys. The Miami Dolphins will have beaten the Houston Texans 1 week from now. Yes, good evening for everyone. As you're walking in, just give a little like, a little comment, say hello, and get some questions rocking. The Dolphins had the bye week. We're still on top of the AFC East, first place 7-3. And hey, not much to complain about right here in these Miami streets. Clearly, some of the games could have gone. The games could not have gone better, except for a couple. You know, the Packers could have beaten the Titans. The Chargers could have beaten the Chiefs. Although it was sweet seeing those little sweet Chargers teals rolling down as Justin Herbert threw another fourth quarter interception to seal the game away. Such a fun time. We're good to rock. You had some voice issues, asthma last time. Take care. Yeah, my asthma has definitely been flaring up a little bit right now. I don't know what is going on. I have to assume it's for me just screaming and overexerting. There's been a lot of sports recently, and the World Cup has been bugging me, but I just a little bit of dryness in my throat right now, so it's acting up. So I apologize without getting a little too much information. But hey, we should be good right now. Oof. I'm eating Nando's, watching Nando. I'm not kidding either. If you're eating Nando's, I believe that's like a chicken place, right? I know it's like a restaurant, Nando's. Hey, I appreciate that. There you go. That's a totally legend move. If you are eating Nando's and watching Nando, you warm my heart, so I appreciate that. I want my 40 burger with extra cheese. Jason Sanders, make all your cakes, please. Ooh, with a nice little rhyme, Chef Jew. Okay. The daddy is here. I love to hear that. Thanks for tuning in, boss. But Chef Jew, I loved your rhyme. I want my 40 burger with extra cheese. Sanders, make all your cakes, please. You know, I could say that. I could see that, man. If Jason Sanders, I've got to hope it's got to be the yips, right, guys? It's not the holder anymore. It's got to be a bit of a confidence issue. And like I said last week, it's almost a little catch-22. My kicker doesn't have confidence, so he needs to make a big kick to get that confidence. But unfortunately, I don't trust him to take the big kick because he's not confident. So what do I do? And you just kind of got to hope that you send Sanders out there and he's ready and he just hits it. Because if he misses, it's just going to hurt him even more. The yips are just going to keep even harder right now. Bangarang. Right, Chef Drew Holla at Solo D. That rhyme was fire. I love that. Yeah. A man of many talents. 3 days, guys, till we have an 1.5 game lead over Buffalo. Detroit beat the Giants good Sunday, a good offensive team. If they put up 30, they will beat Buffalo. Oh, there is nothing that excites me more than Thanksgiving football. As much as I've been slobbering over the World Cup the last 48 hours, Thanksgiving football for me might be the greatest day of the year. As awesome as the Super Bowl is, as cool as finals are hard because there's just so much energy. Aside from finals, and even then, Thanksgiving is pretty much up there with the Super Bowl to me, and the World Cup final, and the Champions League final, and the NBA finals, and the NHL finals, World Series finals. Thanksgiving is that epic of a day to me. Just football all day, 12:30, 4 or yeah, it's at 12:30, 4:30, and 8:30. Wow. Oh, wow. Roughly around then. Give or take 30 minutes on that 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock slate. Excuse me. There's nothing more glorious than Thanksgiving football. And what better way to start off my Thanksgiving football and to be thankful than to watch the Detroit Lions beat the Buffalo Bills? Wow. That'd be an awesome way to start it off. And I do agree. I do believe it can be done. Detroit has been looking good. Dan Campbell is slowly picking those pieces up and forming it into a complete puzzle. I like what I've been seeing in Detroit. Makes me feel good that we beat them at the time when we did, because they're turning up the Jets right now. As they get healthier, Jamal Williams looks like a back possessed right now. He leads the league in rushing touchdowns right now. And Buffalo looks a little soft in the run game. They just let Chubb just run all over them up and down in that same stadium. So if Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift as well, a little bit, of course, he got a rushing touchdown also. If they can turn that heat up, ooh, baby, they'll be eating a little turkey early on Thanksgiving, man. It's going to be a fun one. Thanksgiving football hits different, Kyle. I agree. There's nothing that compares to it. It's just football all day, and then you get to see your family or your loved ones like on a Thursday. And then you didn't even work that day because it's Thanksgiving. Like Sunday, it's always a day off. Thursday, I get a free day off and extra football. And for once, the Thursday football is actually good. Oh my God. Say it again. Say it again. Say it ain't so. Yeah, the Detroit defense still isn't very good, but that Buffalo offense has had its lapses at time, Russell. It has not been clicking as it had in the first half of the season. It seems, I don't know if there's a Josh Allen injury. I don't know what it may be in Buffalo, but they don't seem to be firing on all cylinders, man. Nando's a New Zealand fast food chicken spot, the best chicken in New Zealand. There we go. Look at that. Providing you Nando talks with the good vibes and the good chicken. Wow. By me, there's actually, well, not by me anymore, but at my old place, there was an Italian restaurant called Nando's. It was pretty cool. But this is awesome. Little fast food chicken spot. Damn. My little brother went to London. He went to a place called Nando's. He told me it's a chicken spot. I assume it's the same place. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Made some delicious cheesecakes. Oof. Chef Drew, you never disappoint. My God. We can't save any parting with Sanders. I bet they sent him to a dispensary with the company card over the bye. Yeah, man, just relax. Sanders just got to get out of his own head. I feel a lot of times with kickers, it's a lot of self-put pressure. Kicker really is a thankless position. When you do well, sure, you get your little victory lap and your slight bit of praise, but nothing too insane. When it comes to missing, though, you get torn alive, beat up. No, once you get into the elimination round of the World Cup, the energy is crazy. No, and Joe, that is beyond facts. And it is why I want the United States to go on another deep little run. The deeper the U.S. goes, the better the energy will be for the 2026 World Cup. The better prepared the U.S. will be. It'll allow them to put more pressure into developing their youth because they do have the good youth, guys. And it's just math, okay? The population size that the U.S. has, It's one of the reasons why we have so many talented athletes in the Olympics, in basketball, NFL, hockey, everything. Okay. We have over 350 million people living here. So much possibility for future athletes. Develop these young kids to play soccer and we'll win a World Cup because I have a bet with my dad that we'll win by 2040. So please, US, let's get to the elimination round. Let's go deep. But in general, I agree, Von Joe. The energy there in that tournament is just different, man. You've got literal countries depending and relying on this to feed them and give them hope, inspiration. It's truly a world-stopping month. And it's a shame that right now it's in the smack middle of football season, so it doesn't get its true pedestal, its true appreciation. But the World Cup is just a glorious tournament, man. Thanksgiving be awesome watching Buffalo and New England losing. I agree. The full hater mode. Pamela, oh, Mr. Kevin. Sorry, I can't read, bro. Kevin, Thanksgiving's gonna be awesome. My hater cup is empty right now. It's gonna be absolutely full. Absolutely full when we watch our little AFC East rivals continue to lose. Go out with the lads and have a cheeky Nando's. Hey, man, cheeky Nando. Always gotta have a little cheekiness in life, man. It's always a little fun to add a little spice with it. We're always good, Kyle. You know the vibes. But here's the thing. I don't really care what Buffalo does. Miami isn't losing another game this season. Russell, that is an awesome mentality to have. For once, the Miami Dolphins, it does not matter what the opponents do. It does not matter. Our destiny is not in their hands. It is in no one but our own. Okay. The Miami Dolphins are the sole people in control of whether or not we will make the playoffs. As long as we win, let me go 5-2 over these next 7 games. But if we win out, who's stopping the Miami Dolphins? Who's stopping us to the number 2 seed if we get the bye? No one. Bang. I literally blanked for a second trying to rack my brain through 31 teams in the NFL. Didn't get it through a single team. Not a single click. Maybe the Chiefs would be the only scary team we'd have to face in the AFC. Buffalo, we already beat them. The Chargers, if we win out, we'll have already beaten them there. There'll be the confidence from that. We'll have taken down every single serious AFC contender, minus the Chiefs, so you won't have played. And then the Bengals, we technically lost to when our quarterback got hurt. I'm excited, guys. This is what a time to be a Miami Dolphin. He's getting $2 million a year to kick. I would love that. Dolphins, I'll kick for $200K a year. I'll kick for $20,000 a year, honestly. Give me a prove it deal. Give me $20K. I used to be able to punt pretty nice. I'm sure I can learn how to kick. Go ahead and pay your father the bet now. Von Joe, I don't have $5,000. And I'm going to have to at least wait till 2040 to hold that off, you know? Oh, well. Hey, if I win, though, I get 10K. So, you know, it's a hilarious bet. It's probably never going to happen. But at the very least, I'll buy my dad a super awesome gift in the year 2040 worth roughly $5,000. It's going to suck. It was a very drunken bet while we were in Peru. The terms have been adjusted to the U.S. will win a World Cup by 2040. Granted, I made this deal in 2015, 16. So I was a lot more hopeful, okay? And we have not proved that hope right. So, well, come on, USA. Help me out. I'm going to get a hater cup for those games, Nando. Cheers, Dolphin Dan. Exactly. Get the hater cup, fill it up, and enjoy. Enjoy your food, enjoy your family, your loved ones, the good vibes, and enjoy the hate. Feeding it, relishing it for the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots are going down. Adam Sadowski, the big Sadowski, the legend himself. Mike G is a tight receiver. I saw the question. Question for the chat. Is Mike G a tight end or wide receiver? I understand we're debating this a little bit. So, I think that Mike Gesicki is obviously a tight end. Okay, Jimmy Graham tried that little, I'm not a tight end, I'm a receiver. And if Jimmy Graham got labeled a tight end, I'm going to have to label you, Mike Gesicki, a tight end as well. 6'6", runs a 4.54, and he's about 250 pounds. Obviously, that's an athletic freak of nature. Nobody is, well, maybe Von Joe's denying his talent. I'm not denying his talent. Okay, what I'm denying is not denying his talent, but what I am saying is the fact that he just doesn't seem to have a role in the team. I would love Mike Gesicki to be a touchdown only guy, a wizard in the red zone, a guy who, look at that Travis Kelce game against the Raiders where he had 5 catches, 4 touchdowns, 30 yards. Mike Gesicki's doing anything near that, 3 catches, 4 touchdowns, 2 catches, 3. That's impossible. I was about to say 2 catches, 3 touchdowns. That's literally impossible. 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Little situations like that. He was providing me something, some kind of role. Pay the man. But he's not. And it's not a knock on him. I don't hate Mike. I like Mike. An 88 jersey, white throwback there would look beautiful. But I don't think we're going to pay him. So that's why I've not sprung on the jersey. They do call Devo a wide back, my friend. It's an interesting role. I always forget, does Debo like that term or does he not like that term? I know it's strongly in one direction or the other, but I don't really remember right now. Yeah, an expensive hood ornament. Nice, but we're not really using him. Exactly, man. That's why, again, I don't know cars too much, but I try to put it as your super nice car that you just leave in the garage. It's beautiful. It's awesome. You tell people it goes fast, but if you're not driving it, it's just collecting dust there. It's just wasting time. And its value is literally depreciating. So, Mike Gesicki, I'm sorry, my friend. Unless you start tearing it up, unless during this bye week they met up with Big Mike and they said, all right, brother, helmet to helmet talk. I need you to activate. We're going to give you the secret launch codes and you are going to take off Rocket Man and get touchdown after touchdown, tutter after tutter. And if he goes on that tear, pay the man because that talent is undeniable, in my opinion. But if it has not been tapped, if it hasn't been unleashed, at some point, potential that is not used is just wasted potential. Yeah, exactly. Like if we could use him in like situations like that Ravens game, Adam, just my ball, he yuck it up there to Mr. Tua, from Mr. Tua to Big Mike. Sure, but we're not, unfortunately. I don't know if that's just not what Mike McDaniel wants to do. I don't know if John Embry hasn't given him the blessing. I just don't know. I just don't know what's going on. All I know is that we're not using Mike. So sad. I want to see Easy E in the red zone for back shoulder throws. Wakata, wakata. Yeah, no, I would love seeing Easy start getting involved more. And you can't knock him, bro. If we're not using Cedric Wilson and Mike Gesicki, I don't blame the fact that Easy E can't even crack the lineup right now. It's such a talented receiving room, so many weapons there that something's got to bend, something's got to give. And right now it seems to be like it's Mike Gesicki, bro. So sad. Yeah, top 10 in stats for all tight ends in the league, but bro, like there's a massive drop off in tight ends from the big ones. Okay. George Kittle's not having a great year, but anyways, Darren Waller's been out for most of the year. He hasn't played since week 4. I think he came back for one game and then he got placed on IR. Mark Andrews got banged up. He's back now. Travis Kelce's still been Travis Kelce, so that's been awesome for them. And then it really drops off again, bro. Like TJ Hawkinson's inconsistent up and down. Pat Freiermuth, same thing, mainly because he's young. TJ Hawkinson because he was on the Lions, now he's on the Vikings. Like Kyle Pitts has not been targeted, not been utilized, but if we're talking about straight potential, he has more potential and he's more talented than Mike Gesicki. Not because Mike Gesicki is bad. Again, it's just Kyle Pitts is supposed to be a generational tight end prospect. And then yeah, where else are we getting top tight end production? Maybe like Lance Thomas. Just off the top of my head. Tight end is tough right now, bro. Hayden Hurst, Tyler Conklin. I'm not trying to be like facetious or anything, bro. Like I was genuinely trying to work that out in my head at the same time, trying to without googling who the top 10 tight ends are. I just try to name who I think might be 10 tight ends. I don't even think I got to 10, but that's not a world-bending exciting list, you know. There's a clear drop off after the top tight ends, you know. It's a rough list to fill out the 10. He is trash fucking um Waddle has 6 TDs, Reek has 4 TDs, Gesicki has 4. Yeah, exactly. Like Gesicki can have bigger games, but 2 of those touchdowns came in one game, and like I want to see Mike get more involved. And that's the thing. If he gets 10 touchdowns, if he cracks those double digits, if he gets close, then we'll make a case. But if he's plateaus right now, if he tapers off at 6 like he has almost every season, 6 or 7, it's not worth it. I'm unless again, I don't know how tight end deals work, but unless he gets like 8th tight end money, which I assume is not too much money, I don't really want Mike. Like I don't want Mike for a top 3, top 5 tight end deal. Don't talk smack about Gesicki when nobody else was playing with heart. He was spiking the ball in that 7-game loss. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of the reasons I like Mike. Like, I like that energy and the fire he brings on the team. He's great with the fans. He definitely knows how to interact. He's beloved by the teammates. But if we're not using him, we're not using him, unfortunately. And it makes me sad. It does make me sad. Teams nowadays don't have the speed. We have the speed. We have a talent we have with Waddle and Hill. Why are we tough to even play versus at the point? And Sherfield is on fire right now, too. Exactly. Trent Sherfield's balling. He's really found himself a home in this offense, and it's pretty commendable. You know, when he was the first signing of the Mike McDaniel regime, and I didn't think he was going to be an afterthought by any stretch of but to think he's really solidified himself as this wide receiver 3, this crucial role in a room that has Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and then Cedric Wilson and Mike Gesicki are supposed to be taking up the rear. It's awesome to see the fact that Trent Sherfield leapfrogged both of them. He just truly does fit the system more. Let's move. This is a mute topic. Next. I agree. To wrap it up, I believe that we will use we'll see. The jury's still out on what we'll see from Mike Gesicki. We'll see how we use him throughout the season. And I think we can all agree with that. So to the next, Vaughn. What should we move towards? Geared towards. I had planned a little bit more of the Miami Dolphins, and I had my little Texans notes, but the more I look at the notes, I'm not more of a numbers guy, man. Like, you cannot tell me that the Texans have a shot against the Miami Dolphins unless we're out here shooting ourselves in our left and right feet. Um, it's just not going to happen, guys. Like this is by far, I think, the easiest game on the schedule so far, and it's supposed to be the game that we should win. So why am I feeling nervous? That's what I'm trying to quantify right now. What is this feeling of nerves? Can anyone tell me why I would feel nervous about the Houston Texans? I don't watch any Texans games. Like I genuinely don't. And that's one of the things that concerns me. I know them as a team off of paper, off of records, off of stats, off of little highlight videos that I've seen. It is not a team I have studied. And this is the Monday show. So hopefully by the Friday show, I will have cleared a little better. And today I'll start looking a little bit more into the game. I got a little wrapped up with the World Cup. But off of paper, bro, this team sucks. The Texans, not the Dolphins. So why am I afraid? What's happening? Yeah, trap game. And Kyle, I agree. I don't want to misquote the stat, but I think the last time we were this hot and the Texans came, we did lose. Okay. So it's a little annoying, bro. It's a little tough and scary, man. I want to say that game would have been when Arian Foster tore his ACL against or tore his Achilles. I think that was the game. Texans Dolphins, but I'm not sure because I know we beat them last year, right? The trap game is a little worrying, and we do always seem to lose to them. We're going to be rusty coming off the bye. It's not something I hope for, man. We've talked about this team being undisciplined. We've talked about there being the need to clean up sloppy errors. There's nothing sloppier than coming off of a bye week looking sloppy and looking like a team that relaxed too much and let off too much steam during the bye week. I need to see these gentlemen sharp, locked in, and focused. And I understand that they'll have the bye week and they're going to have Thanksgiving this week. There will have been a lot of downtime, and again, the Houston Texans is not exactly a game where you're telling the boys, all right, guys, let's get amped. We're playing against the Houston Texans. Let's get focused and dialed in. But I've got to hope that Tua is a captain and a man who's going to tell his offense, whoa, we got to play them like we play everyone else. And we got to keep the crap out of them. I got to hope that our leaders on defense, whether it's Wilkins, whether it's X, they're out there and they're telling everyone, defense, play them tough. I know we're playing some scrubs, but don't let them break a big play on you. Tighten up. Why am I afraid? 49ers play tonight. Get you a sneak peek on the Dolphins. Yes, and I agree. And I think over the bye week, that is what I've been trying to do. I failed with the Texans, and you're going to excuse me if I didn't watch the Texans Commanders game. That was never going to happen. Never in the cards. I did get to see how it was nice that Buffalo's Bills defense was getting gashed. It was nice seeing that the Chargers again fold a little bit in that second half. They seem to falter, where in the second half the Dolphins usually tighten up and excel. Nice little sneak peeks there, and the Packers still looking bad. But tonight we'll get a sneak peek of the 49ers, and it's our opponent after the Texans. They'll start off this little 3-game road stretch. As always, I bring up my favoritist, most importantest, and I know those aren't real words, guys, card. We play the Texans. Then we're going to go on that nasty road stretch against the 49ers, the Chargers, and the Bills. Then we play the Packers, the Patriots, and the Jets. Packers and Jets at home. I think we definitely win those games. Not even a question. Bill Belichick, Foxborough is a little scary on January 1st. A lot of emotions running high on New Year's, but this is still the same Miami Dolphins, the same Tua, who are currently undefeated against the Patriots, okay, and against Bill Belichick. So, yeah, I think we'll win those games at the end, but that still doesn't take any pressure off the fact that we have to win at least one of those 3 road games against the 49ers, Chargers, and the Bills. And honestly, if we win 2 of them, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And we're good to work. That's what I want to see, man. Pamela, I did see the video. They seem into it. They seem locked in, and the energy is still vibing. They don't seem to be coming off sluggish. The dancing, maybe tone it down a little bit. But again, we're playing the Texans. Okay, if we were playing the Bills or we were starting this road stretch and we're just dancing around, I'd be a little scared. But hey, we're playing the Texans. We're coming off a bye. Let's vibe it out. Bam, bam, bam. I bet you Jacoby Brissett thinks about his only win as a Dolphins starter versus the Texans. Yeah, how crazy is it that Jacoby is this year? Nah, he's not doing well, but he's been at least above competent. Whereas with us, I would have begged for competent. Oh well, Jacoby. Mm-hmm. The one thing we have not seen this season that we have always seen is us playing down to our competition. We have played our game this season exactly. And after the bye week, that's something that I hope that the Dolphins continue to emphasize. The Dolphins teams of the past, when you gave them a hard team, would lose by 3. And when you gave them an easy team, would still lose by 3. We would play down to our competition and we'd play up to it, but we never get over the hump and play better than our competition. Now, we play a good team, we elevate, we play well, we play hard, and we win. We play a bad team, and we beat the snot out of them. And that's what I need to continue to see from the Miami Dolphins. That's the kind of fire that's going to propel this team deep into the playoffs. Obviously, we're not going to play bad teams in the playoffs, but just staying hot, playing our game week in, week out on every Sunday, that's the key. Adam is a legend. That's all I know, man. Any supporter in Nando Talk, always a legend. We're all legends, honestly. If we're all here and we're all debating, we're discussing. Good to rock, man. I told someone earlier that we beat the Chargers at full strength. They might have to make this next game rated R to protect innocent children. That is the game that is going to set the media afire. Dolphins versus Chargers in December. Let me look at that game again. December 11th. Wow. That is, circle your calendars, mark up the weekend. Takes on both sides, left and right. And the post-game aftermath, one fan base will be crushed. And it sure as hell won't be the Miami Dolphins. Okay? Sorry, Chargers fans. Bam, 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 bam. No fighting, guys. Hey, a big thing as we wrap up the show, guys, because it's a slow Monday, big World Cup day. And I know maybe I'll talk some soccer with Nikki Smokes tomorrow on Clock Blockers. Definitely check us out there. I believe Nikki and I are hosting tomorrow. If it is just I, or if regardless, even if it's just us two, we'll probably open it up a little bit more. Again, it passed my mind to not open it up here. But no fighting, guys. No fighting because the Miami Dolphins are on top of the world. We're 7-3, first in the AFC East. And I've been saying this since the offseason when there was all the rage, whether we thought we were going to be good or bad. Now that we know we're good, guys, continue. I said it in the offseason, I'll say it again. Redirect anger, redirect points, bickering, and at all the Dolphins naysayers out there, at all the little clowns in the AFC East, the Jets fans who still think they have a shot, the Buffalo Billy boys will come in our chats on different channels and rile us up and try to get us to believe that Buffalo still has a shot when they're getting gashed by the Cleveland Browns, when they're afraid of snow, the sun, whatever inclement weather may be coming. But and the Josh Allen does not look like the Josh of old. He looks like a mere mortal. Zach Wilson couldn't even throw further than my room, and I live in a tiny room, okay? Like, it's – and I don't even want to talk about the Patriots and the fact that they thought they had a QB controversy with Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, the battle of the mids. There's clearly one team that's on fire, on top of the world right now, and it is our Miami Dolphins. And I say our, I'll say your Miami Dolphins, because it is all of our Miami Dolphins, and we're all here to enjoy it. Exactly. We are all legends in our own minds. But you know what's even cooler? You are all legends in my minds because you're a Miami Dolphin fan. If you're watching this channel, it means you got to at least be a little bit of a fan of me, maybe mainly of Steven. But hey, you're still supported, and I still appreciate that. So you're all legends in my mind. And we're all on top of the world, everyone. We're all the number 2 seed in the AFC. We're all number 1 in the AFC East, and we all get to enjoy and vibe it out, man. And whether we may disagree and debate, as long as it's healthy, that's cool. But if you got something off your chest, bang, let's talk about it. Always fun time. I'd love to help discuss and facilitate a little friendly discussion. But some days I just want to pick a fight. Yesterday I was in a nasty mood, so I just started picking fights with Chargers fans left and right all day, every day, man. And it paid off. Tomorrow, maybe I'll pick a fight with the Buffalo Billy Boys fan and rile them up before their Thanksgiving game. I don't know. The point is, I'm not going to pick a fight with a Dolphins fan. So let's all enjoy. We're good to go. Gee, that's awesome. The game is in Mexico City. I did just remember that. I know they were passing commercials for it last week, and we're good to rock. Just know if Tua ever threw for 77 yards and no TDs, we'd still come out with a W. Exactly, Jets fans. Sorry, Zachy Wilson. We've got it. The Jets fans are still saying, we've got a team. We can win. Nah, 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 nah. 3 points with that team, and you still lost? Oops. Sorry. Bada bing, bada bam. The Jesters' take on Wilson was hysterical, and now they can't backpedal enough. Oh, I agree. A lot of us, it's hilarious watching the Jets fans. A lot of us had to debate with them. A lot of us had to discuss with them, daring to place themselves in the conversation of having a competent offense and a great quarterback in this AFC. Zach Wilson is clearly not it. It's hilarious that they wasted a second overall pick on him. And I feel bad for the next quarterback whose career they will inevitably ruin. hopefully they pay the lads. But all in all, everyone, I hope we enjoy this week. I'll see you all tomorrow at tomorrow, Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. for the Clock Blockers show. Me co-hosting with my man Nikki Smokes. A fun time. We'll open the panel up. We'll open the discussion up there a little bit more and facilitate the fun times and the fun vibes there. It's Hot Take Tuesday, so you know we'll be bringing the thunder into action. Get ready for some good quality videos. And I'm looking forward to it from everyone, guys. But, I hope. Oh my God, that just destroyed my ears. I hope we're all enjoying, though, guys. Thank you, as always. Crazy how we have to play the whole AFC East again. Yep, it is the gauntlet. It is the toughest of divisions. As much as I was joking and making fun of the other teams, they're still tough. It's still a good test against us. And it's still, honestly, nice ways for us to sharpen our swords, ladies and gentlemen. For the years to come, the Miami Dolphins will always be on their toes, always be developing, always looking to continue improving because this is a tough division. And I love to see that. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. Apologize for a bit of not the most content heavy show, but I got a little bit wrapped up with the World Cup and I'm still just enjoying these little bi-week relaxations of the Miami Dolphins. But tune in tomorrow for me, Tuesday, Hot Takes with Nikki Smokes. We'll bring a good show. We'll bring a nice, good energy, and hopefully we'll get some people in as well so we can talk about our thoughts and takes on the Miami Dolphins. Check me out on Friday as well, Nando Talk, here on Miami Sports Music. Lunchtime rewind, 2 to 3 p.m. A good vibes. And if you're ever interested in checking me out, I believe that's a link to my YouTube channel on mine. We just cracked 450 subscribers. Von Joe, thank you for subscribing. I saw that, boss man. We're up to 457, and if you continue to help little old Nando continue to grow and get to the road to 500, it'd be awesome and genuinely appreciated. I believe that the best way to reach to El Capitan would probably be to DM the Fins Tailgate on Twitter. Probably the best way to reach him. I don't have his email. It might be on his channel. If you go to, again, the Fins Tailgate and go to About, they might have information there, but I'm not sure. But 2 to 3 games away, 2G, exactly, Adam. It's going to be a tough one to watch. I hope we'll be doing well, but exactly, the weather gets colder. The defense is starting to tighten up, and it's time to lean on our run game with Mr. Jeff Wilson. A fun time as our run game starts clicking. Our pass game still firing on all cylinders. And exactly, Pamela, I am beyond excited for Jeff Wilson in this addition to this team. I'm excited to watch all our Dolphins in action. Shake off any rust we may have. Go out there and kick some Texans' ass. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for me. And as always, I give the longest intros of all time because I'd be stumbling over my words. But that's my link if you ever want to check me out and listen to more long intros. But thank you for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to check out the rest of the team as well. A great group of people, great Fins talks all week long, just for the people. Let's go. Keep spreading that positivity, guys. Chins up, Fins up, and I do appreciate you all. Thanks for coming on. And this has been Nando Talk on the Miami Sports Podcast Network. Let's go 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm going to do that again.